Welcome to your daily focus, March the 8th, 2022. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. You guys absolutely rock. I send it right back to you. We have the 8 energy today. The 8 energy is all about embracing our strength, our courage, walking with a sense of integrity. It's about unconditional love and trust and building those things in our lives. Now, if we do the numerology of the day, it is a 17. 17 is making the impossible possible. We see the way forward. We understand what is needed, what can be done, what we need to avoid, what we need to go through, what we need to embrace. And yes, since it's 1 plus 7 is an 8, it's embracing our strength, it's embracing our courage, it's taking a risk on us, ourselves. A thought, a dream, a desire, a hope. Now, the sun is in Pisces, so that's dreamland, that's fantasy, absolutely. It's more of a thinking kind of energy rather than a doing kind of energy. But we have the moon, we start in Taurus, we end in Gemini, I think just after lunchtime or around lunchtime. The moon will go from Taurus and into Gemini. So we start out the morning with knowing that we need a patience. We need a patience in order for things to flow properly, for things to connect as they should, for the process to take place in our lives, one step at a time. But as we get into the afternoon, we're a lot more lively, we're a lot less deliberate, and we're definitely more curious. We want to try new things, look at new things, examine new things, original things, unique things. We're thinking outside the box. And maybe that's how we make the impossible possible, because we get that aha moment, we get that sense of clarity, that knowledge, that understanding that we didn't have prior to going into today. So enthusiasm takes over, excitement takes over, and especially if we're connecting with other people, absolutely. So it's not just about our dreams, our goals, but also the people in our lives. I think today our intuition is a little on the increased side, so pay attention to that. Let's get to the cards. See what they have to say. What's the bottom card? Oh my gosh, it tried to run away on us. Oh, look at this. The Queen of Wands appears. The Queen of Wands appears. The Queen of Wands is about knowing all the details before you make that jump, that leap, that take that risk. Go on that adventure. Take that opportunity. Step into that relationship, that environment. Knowing all the details, asking the questions, investigating perhaps, researching, in order to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you're making the right decision, whatever the right decision ends up being by the time you gather all the information. But when we make any kind of decision under her energy, we never have to look back on it. And we get this enthusiasm about it. We get this passion. We get this motivation. And we just start doing. We stand very independently, hoping others will join us. But it doesn't rest on that. Our decision doesn't rest to go forward on whether or not these people are going to join me or not. But trust me when I say that those people who kind of stood back and watched you will want to get on board, will want to be a part of it, will want to touch your magic, feel your magic, be a part of your magic. So don't underestimate yourself. Please do not. Don't doubt yourself. But yes, we're going to investigate. We're going to research. We may study something, but then when we make that decision, we know that we're making the right decision the first time around. Our first card is, look at that, the King of Wands appears. So he's kind of like the fun guy in many ways. He doesn't rest on formality. When he's very much like the Queen. When he knows what he wants, he goes for it. The thing I love about this king, I think besides his enthusiasm, besides the spark for life that he seems to carry with him. So we will carry that spark with us today. Absolutely. Life will just seem better. The world forward looks a lot more optimistic than behind us. And remember that new moon energy, we're not looking backwards. Yesterday's done. The only way you can keep yesterday alive is in your mind. So those things that you don't want to think about, don't think about them. They'll disappear. They'll fade away. They'll go into the background. And you can focus on your goals, your dreams, your desires, your passions. And not let yesterday rock the boat. So what, you failed before? So what, it didn't work out? So what, you made that decision? The only thing you gained was knowledge not to do that going forward. You know, to know and not to do is simply not to know. So we're highly intuitive today, and we're also very diplomatic today. So we can have our mind and our heart work as one unit. So ask for that. Ask for your mind, your mind and your heart to cement together and work as one. And then you know that you're not making a decision based solely on logic. And you're not making that decision based solely on emotion, but it brings it together. Then we have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups. Well, what has somebody said to you once upon a time that kind of made you back up? Think you weren't allowed to. You weren't supposed to. Enjoy something, do something, be someone. When I see this card, now this does mean about going into the past and reminiscing, but maybe we're going into the past to figure some things out. When I see this, we are the child, and there's all these beautiful flowers in front of us. And we hold back. We're timid. We're scared. We don't want to touch them. We were told we weren't supposed to even smell them. We weren't supposed to look at them. We weren't supposed to be near them. They weren't for us. How dare we think that we're special enough to even be able to stand near the flower? And there beside us is our spirit guide, our angel, a divine energy telling us it's all for you. It always has been. You took somebody's opinion once upon a time and made it gospel, carved it into stone. It was just their opinion, and they were wrong. So you're to embrace those flowers. You're supposed to embrace them and smell their sweet fragrance and be surrounded by them. And look upon them and gaze upon them and notice their beauty and notice how they make everything more beautiful in your life, including you. And that represents your talents and your dreams and your goals and your visions of your tomorrow. Absolutely. And it could just be a part of us. Okay? We might have been the child where we were told that children should be seen and not heard. Or this was a grown-up talk. Go into another room. You're not invited in here. You might have been told that you couldn't draw, or you shouldn't try an acting career, or stand-up comedy, or a painter, or a dancer. And it's never too late, okay? It's only too late if you decide it's too late. You've got lots of time. Go after your dreams. Look at this. The Ten of Cups appears at the end. I just got goosebumps all over. Yes. We are on a path right now that is very indicative of a beautiful, happily ever after that we can walk towards. Will it all come together? Well, maybe. Chances are no, because part of being alive is always working towards a goal. So if we reached all the goals, but it's about your happily ever after. And what does that happily ever after look like? What are you doing? Who are you surrounded by? What kind of environment are you in? Give it some thought. And not just see it in your mind, but allow yourself to feel the emotion. What are you doing? Are you dancing? Are you jumping for joy? Are you laughing? Are you singing? Are you embracing people and hugging each other? What are you doing? And feel that emotion. Allow that emotion to swell up inside of you and release it, because that's what they're going to hear. Happiness, joy. Will it turn out exactly like you want? Chances are no. They'll have a better idea than you do. You just can't see it. Okay, let's get our mantra cards here. See what they have to say for us. So maybe today's the day where you solve this complex problem that wasn't allowing you to go forward. Maybe today is the day you realize that somebody told you once upon a time a fib, and you went and lived your life by it, or at least a portion of your life, a part of your life in some way, in some form. And so you reclaim who you are and what you are entitled to, what you are deserving of, what you are worthy of. Look at this. We have competition, summon courage, and self-confidence. So we're back to that 8 energy with the courage. And we're not going to have courage. We're not going to be able to take a risk on ourselves or have courage or show our strength if we don't have a confidence in ourselves. Believe in ourselves. So part of today is knowing that you deserve, that you are worthy of whatever your dream may be. So draw upon your self-belief, your mental stamina. Insert yourself and go after what you want. You need to maintain your position in work, business, sports, study. Accept that there is a challenge ahead of you as you strive against others who ultimately want the same recognition as you. You may feel that you are struggling to keep your head above water as the opposition gains ground. You are encouraged to defend your position without compromise or negotiation. You need to find the courage, the persistence, the determination that will ultimately lead you to victory. So believe in yourself and go after that dream, that goal, that desire, that want. Absolutely. And yes, there might be others wanting it. So you just get determined. Allow your strength to shine. The mantra is, I have the competitive edge to overcome. I have the competitive edge to overcome. And maybe you're sitting there and you're going, but I really don't. Well, maybe this is the day you take a study course or grow your knowledge in some way that you are. Find that missing piece, that missing link. Watch your world change. Okay, let's see what our animals have to tell us. Oh, look at this. Call on your angels. Call on your angels. We have our goldfish here. Or angelfish, I guess. Whoops. But they have gold on them, so I'm not that far off in purple. Awakened visions. I don't edit, so just human here, just proving it again. Awakened visions, dreams, clairaudience, and water. An angel can illuminate the thought and mind of man by strengthening the power of vision and by bringing within his reach some truth which the angel himself contemplates. Angelfish reassures you that your angels are all around you all the time, and they try to get through to you and offer love, healing, guidance. You may not see the angels as you believe they ought to look. They can come in the form of a human stranger, an animal. Know that it will be positive and enlightening experience, and it may add more questions, but in time, answers will appear. Your dreams may be extra prophetic and intense with messages, or you may have been hearing the messages as if you've been thinking to yourself. You may also be hearing a message through music, song, a deeper meaning, or by having vivid dreams and visions. These messages are to help awaken you. Your angels ask that you call on them to assist with life's pressures. You don't need to know their names, only request their assistance and be very specific in your request so they can immediately go to work on your behalf. I just put out a video on Patreon for some of you. It should be like just about out like right now. About that, talking to your angels and requests and that kind of thing. Angelfish says that you are being too stubborn and attempting to go against the flow instead of with the current. So remember that Taurus energy in the morning allows us to understand that we need a patience to allow things to flow properly. Angelfish comes back and tells us, go with the flow. Stop fighting the current. See where it takes you. See where it leads. It may be time for you to take a trip to a location where there is plenty of water so you can sink your toes in the sand and stare into the depths of the water. Water is a very healing energy. That's why we're all attracted to sit at the beach and walk along the streams and the creeks and go and visit the ponds because it has natural healing. Now, if it's too cold where you are and your water outside is ice, like mine happens to be, then put on a YouTube video. I think I just put out a video. I think that's Patreon too, where it's just a waterfalls. And just watch the water. Lose yourself in thought. You may have that conversation seemingly with yourself. And it will reveal so much to you. If you allow it to. If you open the door to the advice, to the wisdom, to the acknowledgements. Maybe there's something that you've buried so long ago you don't even remember it. It's happened to me a couple of times where I'll be like, how did I forget that happening to me? So call upon your angels today. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.